We'll have a peaceful transfer of power here in America.
We will help him and his team with their transition, and that we will engage in a peaceful transfer of power.
It's a free and fair election. We will do what we've always done. We will honor it.
We believe in the peaceful transfer of power. We believe in democracy, even when we disagree with the outcome.
So the Democrats are promising this peaceful transition while doing the exact opposite behind the scenes. Not shocking. They're trying to blow a whopping $53 billion left to spend with Biden's CHIPS Act before Biden leaves office. This is after Joe Biden's state secretary very publicly said that he's literally going to spend it all.
We've obligated just recently and pushed out the door another $8 billion in security assistance for Ukraine. That was in September. Another almost $500 million just a few weeks ago. And President Biden is committed to making sure that every dollar we have at our disposal will be pushed out the door between now and January 20th.
Biden's highway administration officials also rushed to sign off on New York Governor Kathy Hochul's congestion pricing, tax pricing, on fears that Trump would stop it, because he probably would. And by the way, no one wants it here. Joining us now to discuss, let's welcome Congressman Dusty Johnson from House Transportation. It's great to have you tonight. Thank you for being here. Let's talk about this endless spending. They feel like they've got to just spend the bank down to zero. I mean, haven't they done enough? It was their spending that took inflation up to 9%. It was their spending that lost them the election. I mean, this to me seems very spiteful.
You are exactly right. The election sent a clear message that people are tired of all this crap. They're tired of this spending on things that are not actual priorities. Listen, if the Biden administration was rushing to secure the border, if they were rushing to spend dollars to move forward some deregulation projects, listen, that would be one thing. But they are spending on things that America has rejected.
Yeah. Can we talk for a moment about the appointees, President-elect Trump's appointees, and the threats that they've received? I mean, President Biden says they're taking it very seriously. But do you think Merrick Garland or anybody will do anything about it? I mean, this is not acceptable in a country like this. But I'm seeing a pattern now. Remember when they went after the conservative Supreme Court justices, for example? Nothing really happened there. This just goes on when conservatives are being targeted.
If you and I were going to make a list of the top 3 reasons Republicans won the election, the holier-than-thou attitude from the left would absolutely be on that list. And so, yeah, they can talk about a peaceful transfer of power. I think they would probably tell you and I, Jackie, that, the people making those bomb threats, that is a tiny minority of the left. Of course they're right, but that's the point. When they have criticized Republicans acting like we're not for a peaceful transfer of power, it was a tiny minority of folks on the right as well. And what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Of course, we should all reject political violence. We should all reject ridiculous threats, bomb threats, swatting. But I hope they'll forgive me if I'm a little irritated at their hypocrisy, because they certainly don't seem too nervous about the threats today.
I think you make a valid point. Mark Andreessen making some controversial comments, some that I shared on my show about AI, for example, and how this administration kind of just wants to crush technology, and how it literally turned him into a Trump supporter. But he also talked about government waste and government workers. As we know, there's going to be departments set up. Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk, they're going to be targeting some of that waste. I want you to listen to what Andreessen said.
You know, most federal workers never came back to work.
Really?
Yeah, they work from home.
Most,
yeah,
like what
a
percentage?
Very large percentage, something like half, just literally just never came back.
Whoa!
They still, by the way, still draw a paycheck. They're still on their jobs, but literally they're not in the office, and they're unionized. And then there's a particular agency that I know of where the union negotiated the return to the office from COVID, and the agreement was you have to be in the office 1 day a month.
Whoa!
And actually, what the pattern now is what they do is the employees come in on the last day of the month and the first day of the following month. So they only have to be there for 2 days.
For 2 months.
Out of 60 days.
That's crazy.
And Congressman, the Democrats say there's no waste. There's nothing to cut. What's the problem?
I know they're real nervous about Vivek and about Elon. These guys are going to have big visions. Listen, they're not going to stick the landing on everything they propose, but if they get even a fraction done, it's going to be good for America, because the kind of garbage that you're describing is going to end.
Yeah. Great to see you, Congressman Dusty Johnson. We really appreciate your time. We wish you a happy Thanksgiving.
You too.